Welcome to Buddha Story Haven. Before we walk the gentle lotus path tonight, take a slow, deep breath and let the weight of the day slip quietly from your shoulders. As you settle in, feel free to share in the comments where you're listening from tonight. Your presence warms this peaceful community, spreading calm across the world. Tonight's journey is a soothing one. A peaceful walk along the Lotus Path, where Buddhist night stories dissolve anxiety, untangle the mind, and ease the heart into soft, natural sleep. Let your worries fall away like petals. Let your breath soften. Let your thoughts become distant and light. The Lotus Path awaits. And now we begin. Story 1: The Lotus That Drank Moonlight. Long ago, in a quiet valley pond, there bloomed a lotus unlike any other. While most flowers opened to the sun, this lotus waited patiently for the moon. Every night, as silver light touched the water, the lotus petals opened wide, glowing softly, calmly, peacefully. One evening, the moon whispered, "Little lotus, why do you bloom only at night?" The lotus replied, "In darkness, the world is quiet. In quiet, the heart is clear. And in clarity, I can shine. Tonight, as you drift deeper into rest, let your worries settle like the still water. Let your mind open like the night lotus, soft, calm, and glowing faintly in the moonlight. Your peace blooms in stillness. Your calm opens in quiet." Story 2: The Young Monk and the Gentle Rain. A young monk sat beneath a small hut roof during a soft, late-night rain. He felt anxious that he wasn't meditating well enough, not resting deeply enough, not improving quickly enough. But the elder monk knelt beside him and asked, "Listen." The young monk closed his eyes. He heard the rain tapping softly on the roof, each drop gentle, unhurried, perfect in its arrival. "What does it teach you?" the elder asked. "That nothing is rushed," the young monk whispered. "The rain falls at its own pace." "Exactly," the elder smiled. "Your progress, your rest, your peace, they too have their own perfect rhythm. Tonight, let the gentle rain within you fall softly. No pressure, no deadlines, no need to be anything other than here, breathing, resting. You are already enough, just like the rain." Story 3: The Lantern on the Lotus Path. Along the Lotus Path, monks placed lanterns every few steps to guide travelers at night. One lantern burned brighter than all the others, but it was not made of special oil, nor crafted by special hands. When asked its secret, the lantern replied, "I do not try to shine. I simply allow light to pass through me." And so it glowed clear, steady, warm. Tonight, let your mind be that lantern. You do not need to try to be calm. Just allow calm to pass through you. Let your breath soften, your thoughts loosen, your heart open gently. Light moves through you as naturally as the lantern on the Lotus Path. Story 4: The Turtle Who Carried the Moon. A gentle old turtle lived near a quiet temple pond. Every night, he gazed into the water and saw the moon resting on his shell. One night, a curious child asked, "Do you get tired carrying the moon?" The turtle chuckled softly. "I do not carry the moon," he said. "I simply move slowly enough to reflect it." The child understood. Peace was not about holding the world, but about slowing down enough to see the beauty already there. Tonight, slow your pace. Even your thoughts may drift like a turtle gliding through still water. Let the moonlight rest gently on your mind, reflecting calm and quiet. You do not carry anything tonight. You only reflect peace. Story 5: The Lotus Leaf That Held a Single Drop. On a vast pond, a single lotus leaf held one perfect drop of water. It sparkled in the moonlight, round, clear, unmoving. A breeze passed. The drop didn't fall. A frog splashed nearby. The drop didn't fall. A dragonfly landed softly. Still, the drop didn't fall. A lotus nearby asked, "How do you stay so calm?" The drop replied, "I rest in the center. Balance is easy when you are not trying to cling to the edges. Tonight, return to your center. Not to the edges of worry, not to the corners of the mind where anxious thoughts cling, but to the soft middle of your breath. In your center, peace waits. In your center, sleep flows. Story 6, The Whisper of the Bamboo Grove. A bamboo grove stood along the Lotus Path, tall, slender, swaying softly in the night breeze. A traveler once stopped beneath the bamboo, anxious and overwhelmed by life's demands. "Teach me how to calm my mind," the traveler pleaded. The bamboo rustled gently, its leaves whispering. "We do not resist the wind. We move with it." The traveler closed his eyes and felt the breeze pass through the grove. Soft, rhythmic, peaceful. In that moment, he realized that anxiety was a kind of wind. It only becomes painful when we resist it. Tonight, let your thoughts sway like bamboo. Gentle, flowing, unafraid. Let the breeze of the mind pass naturally as you drift deeper into peace. Story 7, The Lotus Whisper That Eased the Storm. A fierce storm once approached the Lotus Path. Howling winds, dark clouds, trembling earth. The lotus flowers trembled in fear, except for one. This single lotus remained open and calm, its petals steady despite the storm's approach. The other lotuses cried out, "How can you stay peaceful? The storm is coming." The calm lotus answered, "The storm is outside me. The peace is inside me." And as the storm passed, the calm lotus still glowed softly beneath the clouds. Tonight, remember this gentle truth. Storms come and go, but your inner calm is always yours to return to. Let your heart remain soft, steady, quiet, no matter the winds around you. Story 8, The Monk and the Moonlit Bridge. Along the Lotus Path was a small wooden bridge that spanned a slow-moving river. A monk once crossed it late at night, carrying a heavy burden in his mind. Worries about the future, regrets from the past. But as he crossed the bridge, he noticed the moonlight reflecting on the water, shimmering, gentle, unbroken by his steps. He stopped and whispered, "The water moves, yet the moon remains still." He realized his thoughts were like the river, constantly shifting, but his awareness was like the moon, steady, quiet, untouched. Tonight, be the moonlight. Let your thoughts drift like water beneath you, while your calm awareness rests high and clear, shining softly on the surface. Your peace is the sky. Your breath is the moon. Story 9, The Lotus Path and the Traveler's Shoes. A weary traveler walked the Lotus Path, his shoes worn and dusty. With each step, his worries echoed in his mind. What if tomorrow goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I am not enough? At a small resting hut, he found the old caretaker sweeping the floor. The traveler asked, "How do you live without anxiety?" The caretaker smiled warmly, held up his broom and said, "By sweeping one moment at a time." The caretaker brushed a small patch of dust, just a few inches, then another, and another. "Peace is found," he said, "not by clearing the whole path, but by sweeping gently as you go. Tonight, sweep gently in your mind. Dust away one thought, then another, slowly, softly, peacefully. Let your inner path clear itself naturally as sleep approaches." Story 10, The Lotus Parable of the Quiet Pond. At the heart of the Lotus Path was a pond so still that monks believed it held the secret to dissolving anxiety. A young monk came to the pond trembling with worry. He asked the elder, "How do I calm my mind? How do I make the worries stop?" The elder monk knelt beside the water and gently tapped its surface with a small stick. Ripples moved outward, soft, wide, fading gradually into stillness. "This is your mind," the elder said. "Worry is the tap that disturbs it, but no ripple lasts forever." The monk watched as the last ripple disappeared and the pond returned to perfect stillness. Tonight, let your inner pond settle. Let every ripple of worry fade. Let stillness return in its own time. You do not need to force peace. It will come naturally. Story 11, The Lotus That Waited for Dawn. There was a lotus bud that never opened during the night. While other lotuses bloomed beneath the moon, this one remained closed, patient, quiet, unhurried. The lotus next to it asked, "Why do you wait? The night is beautiful." The bud replied softly, "I will open when I am ready, not before." And when dawn finally arrived, The first rays of sunlight touched the bud, and it opened into a magnificent bloom, soft, glowing, serene. Tonight, let this story remind you, you do not need to force anything. Not healing, not progress, not sleep. Everything opens in its own time. Let your heart be like the lotus bud, patient, gentle, trusting the moment that belongs to you. Story 12. The Golden Fish Beneath the Lotus Pond. Beneath the surface of the Lotus Path pond swam a single golden fish. It glided slowly through the water, never rushing, never darting in fear. Travelers often watched it in wonder, for the fish seemed to radiate quiet joy. One day, a child asked the fish, "How do you stay so calm in the deep water? Aren't you afraid of the dark?" The fish replied, "I swim where the water is quiet. Darkness does not frighten me. It reminds me to move gently. Tonight, move gently within yourself. Let the deeper thoughts, the quiet feelings, the shadows of the mind be nothing more than water around you. Safe, soft, warm. Let yourself glide through the night like the golden fish, unhurried, peaceful, at ease." Story 13. The Lotus Path and the Echo of Om. There was a sacred stone along the Lotus Path where monks would sit and chant Om late into the night. The sound expanded into the valley, deep, soft, steady, until the mountains themselves seemed to hum with peace. One night, a troubled traveler sat on the stone but could not bring himself to chant. His anxiety made his breath shake. He whispered, "I cannot make the sound." A monk beside him said, "Then listen. Sometimes the echo is enough." The traveler closed his eyes and listened to distant monks chanting Om. The vibration warm and earthy, like a cradle holding his heart. Slowly his breath softened. His fear melted. Tonight, let the echo of calm, the softness between each breath, be enough. You do not need to chant. You do not need to try. Simply listen to the quiet inside you as anxiety melts gently away. Story 14. The Lotus Bridge of Silver Light. Along the Lotus Path was a small bridge that glowed faintly under the moon, its old wood shimmering like silver in the still night air. Travelers believed the bridge could ease the worries they carried. But the bridge itself said nothing. It simply stood in silence. One night, a monk paused on the bridge and laid his burdens, his worries, his fears, his long day on the railing. He whispered, "Stay here. I'll return when I'm lighter." And as he walked to the other side, his heart felt surprisingly free. Tonight, imagine you are crossing that bridge. Place your burdens on the railing beside you. Let the moonlight hold them. Let the night carry them. Walk gently to the other side where peace waits like an open hand. Story 15. The Lotus Path and the Silent Companion. A young monk once walked the Lotus Path with an elder by his side. The young monk's mind was noisy, filled with unspoken worries, unasked questions, and quiet fears. The elder monk said nothing. He simply walked beside him, step after slow step, breath after calm breath. After a long time, the young monk finally whispered, "Master, why have you said nothing at all?" The elder smiled gently and replied, "Because stillness teaches what words cannot." The young monk breathed out for what felt like the first time that night. Long, slow, peaceful. Sometimes, anxiety is soothed not by answers, but by presence. Tonight, let stillness walk beside you. Let the quiet be your companion. Let it soften your thoughts and melt the tightness in your chest. You are not alone. Stillness is with you. Story 16. The Lotus that saw the stars beneath the water. A lotus growing near the edge of the pond often stared upward, longing to see the stars. One night, a gentle breeze smoothed the surface of the water. The world became quiet. The pond became so still that it reflected the entire sky. Every star, every constellation, every soft shimmer of light. The lotus gasped softly. "The stars were here all along," it whispered. A nearby frog chuckled. "They were always above you, but you only saw them when you became still. Tonight, let your mind become that quiet pond. Let stillness reveal what anxiety hides. your inner light, your worth, your peace. The stars are already inside you. They always were. Story 17, The Final Lotus on the Path. At the end of the Lotus Path bloomed a single lotus, the oldest, wisest, and most beautiful. Pilgrims believed it held the final teaching for those who sought peace. One night, a traveler reached the lotus, heart heavy with anxiety. He knelt and asked, "Please, teach me how to let go." The ancient lotus glowed softly and whispered, "Letting go is not something you do. It is something that happens when you trust the moment enough to stop holding on." The traveler breathed out, slowly, deeply, and felt something inside him soften. His worries loosened, his fears unwound. He whispered, "Thank you." He did not know if he had learned the teaching or remembered it. Tonight, trust the moment. Let go without trying. Let sleep carry you gently as your heart softens like petals on the final lotus of the path. Conclusion. Walking the lotus path into sleep. You have traveled the lotus path, quiet, soft, and illuminated by the gentle glow of Dharma. The rain taught patience. The lantern taught surrender. The pond taught stillness. The moon taught quiet light. And the lotus taught trust. These stories now settle around you like petals drifting onto water. Silent, warm, calming. Your breath is slower now. Your body feels heavier yet safer. Your mind has softened, peaceful as the pond beneath moonlight. Let the lotus path guide you the rest of the way into sleep. You are held. You are safe. You are free to rest deeply. OUTRO. Good night from Buddha Story Haven. Thank you for walking the lotus path tonight. If you're still awake, you're welcome to subscribe to Buddha Story Haven for more gentle stories, more calming journeys, and peaceful sleep each night. And if your eyes are already closing, may your dreams be soft, your rest be deep, and your heart be light. Good night, dear listener. May peace be yours.